Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. It's been a little over a month now where top of the hour, every hour, we chant 2 rounds. For me, this has been a really good practice. Really, it's keeping me out of a lot of trouble. I just don't have time. I don't have time to just Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. I don't have time to get entangled with other people's whatever. I don't have time to get involved in big elaborate this or that. I just don't have time. I don't have time. I only have time for chanting. It's quite a discipline, actually. But it's saving me. This is saving me. It's not easy. But it's well worth it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. It's funny, the mantra roughly translated is, O energy of the Lord, O Lord, Krishna, please engage me in your service. Because Krishna is absolute, simply by chanting that, engaging in service. So the more you chant, the more you chant. You're chanting to be able to engage in service, and the chanting is service. So it never ends. It's a loop. Please engage me in your service. Please engage me in your service. Please. And chanting is the service. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh Lord, please let me chant your holy name. Okay? Oh Lord, please let me chant your holy name. Okay. Oh Lord, please chant. Hare Krishna, Hare just continues. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. You can try to describe the experience. You can try. But really, the only way to really get the realization of it is to do it. Hare Krishna. So just keep practicing here. I'm going to read a little Krishna book and chant Kirtan style a little bit here, bhajan. Shema Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Vaskachadi Satarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda. Did you know that in Vrindavan there are over 5,000 temples? Well, they're not all big, fancy, elaborate temples. Some of them are just in people's homes. 5,000 temples in a, 75 square mile radius, something like that. I don't know if I have that figure right, but it's not very big. And the bells are ringing in Vrindavan, and the conch shells are blowing in Vrindavan, and the incense fills the air, and the sound of chanting Hare Krishna. Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai all the Vaishnavacharyas, Jai all the Vaishnavacharyas, Hare Krishna. This is Krishna's childhood pastimes, the killing of the demons, Vatsāsura and Bakāsura. So, in Vrindavan, Krishna has appeared. He's a small child, and Kamsa is sending so many of his associates and accomplices to try to get rid of Krishna. Get rid of Krishna. Get rid of him. But Krishna's there. So, it was time for Krishna's lunch, Krishna and Balaram, and they were being a little stubborn and weren't coming. When Mother Rohini called them, no, they're not listening. Mother Yasoda called them, no, they're not listening. They just wanted to keep playing with their boys. But finally, they coaxed them in different ways to come home for lunch. And the main thing that clinched it for Krishna was that when Mother Yasoda told him her breast was filled with milk, please come. No, sorry, I'm not coming. Do you think you're a street boy hanging out in the street like a little ruffian? Don't you have a home? Come home? Nope, that didn't work. What worked was when she told him that Nanda Maharaj was waiting, that he wasn't taking his lunch until Krishna came home. When Krishna and Balaram heard that Nanda couldn't eat till they came home, oh, okay, we'll come home because of Papa. This is Nanda. We don't want Nanda to not be able to eat his lunch because we're not coming home. That's terrible. So that's what got them home. So after that incident, and then it was Krishna's birthday, actually. It doesn't say how old he was on that occasion, but they were little boys and they were playing, so he wasn't a baby. And we don't know exactly how old, it's not stated here, but a child, and it was his birthday. And Mother Yasoda performed the birthday ceremony of Krishna at home. She gave cows in charity and dressed the boys in nice ornaments. So after the birthday party, after this incident, all the elderly members of the cowherd men assembled together, and Nanda Maharaj presided. They began to consult amongst themselves how to stop great disturbances in the Mahavan on account of the demons. In this meeting, Upananda, the brother of Nanda Maharaj, was present. He was considered to be learned and experienced, and he was a well-wisher of Krishna and Balaram. He was a leader, and he began to address the meeting as follows. My dear friends, now we should leave here for another place, because we are continually finding that great demons are coming here to disturb the peaceful situation. And they are especially attempting to kill the small children. Just consider Putana and Krishna. It was simply by the grace of Lord Hari that Krishna was saved from the hands of such a great demon. Next, the whirlwind demon took Krishna away in the sky, but by the grace of Lord Hari he was saved. And the demon fell down on a stone slab and died. Very recently, this child was playing between two trees, and the trees fell down violently, and yet there was no injury to the child. So Lord Hari saved him again. Just imagine the calamity if this child or any other child playing with him were crushed by the falling trees. Considering all these incidents, we must conclude that this place is no longer safe. Let us leave. We have all been saved from different calamities by the grace of Lord Hari. Now we should be cautious and leave this place and reside somewhere where we can live peacefully. Now this Lord Hari, I believe that's one of the names of Vishnu. Hari. I believe that's a four-armed form. It's not the Hari in Hare Krishna. That's H-A-R-E, Hare Krishna. This is Hari. I believe it's a Vishnu form, and most likely it's a form that offers protection from calamities, because they're saying all these calamities, Lord Hari came and saved. Lord Hari came, Lord Hari. So it's a Vishnu form that offers protection from calamities. I think we should all go to the forest known as Vrindavan, where just now there are newly grown plants and herbs. It is very suitable for pasturing ground for our cows, and we and our families, the gopis with their children, can very peacefully live there. Near Vrindavan there is Govardhan Hill, which is very beautiful, and there is newly grown grass and fodder for the animals. So there will be no difficulty in living there. I suggest, therefore, that we start immediately for that beautiful place. As there is no need to waste any more time, let us prepare all our carts immediately, and if you like, let us go, keeping all the cows in front. On hearing the statement of Upananda, all the cowherd men immediately agreed. Let us immediately go there. Everyone then loaded all their household furniture and utensils on the carts and prepared to go to Vrindavan. All the old men of the village, the children, the women, were arranged on seats, and the cowherd men equipped themselves with bows and arrows to follow the carts. All the cows and bulls, along with their calves, were placed in the front, and the men surrounded the flocks with their bows and arrows and began to blow on their horns and bugles. In this way, with tumultuous sound, they started for Vrindavan. And who can describe the damsels of Raj? They were all seated on the carts and were very beautifully dressed with ornaments and costly saris. They began to chant the pastimes of child Krishna, as usual. Mother Yasoda and Mother Rohini were seated on a separate cart, and Krishna and Balaram were seated on their laps. While Mother Rohini and Yasoda were riding on the cart, they talked to Krishna and Balaram, and feeling the pleasure of such talks, they looked very, very beautiful. In this way, after reaching Vrindavan, where everyone lives eternally, very peacefully and happily, they encircled Vrindavan and kept the carts all together. After seeing the beautiful appearance of Govardhan on the bank of the river Yamuna, they began to construct their places of residence, while those of the same age were walking together and children were talking with their parents. The inhabitants of Vrindavan felt very happy. At this time, Krishna and Balaram were given charge of the calves. The first responsibility of the cowherd boys was to take care of the little calves. The boys were trained in this from the very beginning of their childhood. So along with other little cowherd boys, Krishna and Balaram went into the pasturing ground and took charge of the calves and played with their playmates. While taking charge of the calves, sometimes the two brothers played on their flutes. Sometimes they played with amalaki fruits and bile fruits, just like small children play with balls. Sometimes they danced and made tinkling sounds with their ankle bells. Sometimes they made themselves into bulls and cows by covering themselves with blankets. Thus Krishna and Balaram played. The two brothers also used to imitate the sounds of bulls and cows and play at bullfighting. Sometimes Krishna, 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 Krishna. Sometimes they used to imitate the sounds of various animals and birds. In this way, they enjoyed their childhood pastimes, apparently like ordinary, mundane children. Once, when Krishna and Balaram were playing on the bank of the Yamuna, a demon of the name Vatsāsura assumed the shape of a calf and came there intending to kill the brothers. By taking the shape of a calf, the demon could mingle with other calves. Krishna, however, specifically noticed this, and he immediately told Balaram about the entrance of the demon. Both brothers then followed him and sneaked up upon him. Krishna caught hold of the demon calf by two hind legs and the tail, whipped him around very forcefully, and threw him up into a tree. The demon lost his life and fell down from the top of the tree to the ground. When the demon lay dead on the ground, all the playmates of Krishna congratulated him. It doesn't say here, like with these other demons, when they were killed, demons apparently have this ability to take other forms. Like Putana made herself look like a beautiful woman, and who else? Trinavarta disguised himself as a whirlwind. The cart demon, he was hiding in the cart. So here, this one disguised himself as a calf. It doesn't say, it's not stated here specifically, that when he was killed by Krishna like that, whirled him around, threw him up in a tree, and then he fell to the ground, that he assumed his actual body as a demon, because he was only disguising himself as a calf. It doesn't describe that here. But since that's what happened with the other ones. Hare Krishna. When the demon lay dead on the ground, all the playmates of Krishna congratulated him. See, it doesn't say when the calf lay dead on the ground. It says when the demon lay dead on the ground. Well done, said the demigods in the sky, and began to shower flowers with great satisfaction. In this way, the maintainers of the complete creation, Krishna and Balaram, used to take care of the calves in the morning every day, and thus they enjoyed their childhood pastimes as cowherd boys in Vrindavan. This is a glimpse of the spiritual world. It's a glimpse. You get to see. The pastimes there are unlimited, but it's a glimpse. You get a little look-see into the spiritual world. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So, the cuckoo sounded, top of the hour. Time to chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. O energy of the Lord, O Lord, please engage me in your service. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.